And by the way, can I say, eu sou papagaio. It's the only thing I can say in Brazilian. Oh my God, look at this, just comes out of her. Just showing me up, God. But even I'm dressed as one as well. I said I'm a parrot. Oh, it's a papagaio.
Where did you learn that?
I have Brazilian families. Yeah, so it feels very dear to my heart. From São Paulo, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm from São Paulo as well.
Oh, you're from São Paulo? Oh my gosh, yeah, great. Well, lovely. We're family. Hey, Arthur, so nice to see you.
Neutrality. It won't get you a statue. But it'll certainly help in keeping you alive.
You guys have recently been to Brazil, right? For Tudum. How was your experience here?
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Just wonderful.
Highlight of the whole 5 years of being on this job.
Actually was.
Like, it was just so warm and lovely to be there. Yeah.
But Joe is already a professional, right? It's like the third time he's been to Brazil.
Second. It's my second time. Yeah. I think we're going for the hat trick next year.
Yeah. So this is Henry Cavill's final season of The Witcher. We already here in Brazil. We already made a huge send off. Like, it was very loud. You guys were there, obviously. So, what will you miss about Henry on the set and as The Witcher itself, as Geralt?
He's been with us obviously for the past 5 years, is it? Yeah. And so, like, in my head, I'm sort of mourning it as Ciri, if it sounds strange, but just he's been Geralt to us. So it's going to be really bizarre not having his presence there. And for me, been an inspiration in terms of all the fighting and the stunts, you know, getting to see that from the minute I've joined, or like the minute we started, has been inspiring, knowing that one day, you know, I'd be doing it.
I mean, it's just, we have a laugh together, and that is quite rare sometimes on you know, film sets and stuff. Everyone has a different process, and Henry's is one of respect and humour and commitment to the role and to the project, and he brought that every single day.
And have any of you met with Liam so far?
No, not yet.
We're supposed to.
Yeah, he got ill, unfortunately. I think
He's fine.
He's just
okay.
I think he just was majorly jet lagged or something. But we're excited too.
I'm a big fan of The Witcher, and I love the fact that the show expands on Yennefer's backstory, and you two played a very important part in that. So, how was you develop this original arc in the show?
It's been incredible to take part of this.
Oh, 100%. And also, it's been just wonderful watching Anya, like when she transformed. That was also such a moment for us, because I don't think I'd really seen her in her ball dress in season 1. So it really was a transformation moment where you see her walk out, and Anya's just the most stunning woman in the earth, on the earth anyway. But but you know, she comes out and your jaw just dropped onto the floor anyway. But I think it's been lovely, and I think that, you know, I think it's been so nice watching these mages grow from season 1 to season 3, and because that's spanning like nearly 100 years, and so it's so nice seeing the development of those characters, seeing these girls turn into women.
Yeah.
I won't abandon Ciri.
Neutrality has consequences too.
Dijkstra and Philippa, they're starting to get more and more space in the show. What can you expect from them in the next seasons?
I mean, with Philippa and Dijkstra, I would say expect the unexpected, because I don't think they always even know exactly what page the other one is on.
I mean, to some extent, they plan everything, but at the same time, they have to make stuff up as they go along, because circumstances change. And that's certainly true of this season, that they have to be nimble and be able to pivot easily around, you know, the stuff that's happening. But yeah, it's a constant adaptation for Dijkstra. He's, you know, he's surrounded by an idiot king. I mean, you know, no offence to Vizimir.
No offence, Viz.
No offence.
Rubbish!
It's not so much he's an idiot, he's just not really... he hasn't got the big picture.
Useful anymore.
First of all, I just have to comment that I just realized today that you were in The Descent, and I freaking love this movie.
Oh, awesome. Me too.
You were one of the few actors in the whole The Witcher universe that played a part both in the show and in the game. So
Yes.
how do you compare both of these experiences?
For me, you know, they're entirely different, which is what I find so interesting when you take source material like from a book and how when you transfer it to different mediums, they can become totally different stories. And that's what I love about storytelling, is that it sort of evolves and kind of mushrooms into its own thing. And it's dependent on the people who are involved at that particular moment, at that particular time, coming together from, you know, showrunners, writers, directors, actors, crew. So for me, they feel really, really different, and yet they're based on this one core thread of a similar story. And I love that. I think that's the power of storytelling, and that's what, you know, makes us as fans of storytelling, you know, gravitate to hear these stories again and again and again, because we come back and it's different every time. So for me, it's magic.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
In the Witcher books, eventually appears a character named Regis. He's a vampire, and there are already news that the production is looking to cast a older actor. As pure speculation, as pure fan casting, if you could choose any actor, any older actor to play a vampire in The Witcher, who would you choose?
Probably Matthew McFadden, Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
I'd probably piss off a lot of fans and say Mads Mikkelsen actually.
Yeah,
I
Mads.
think they fan cast him as Geralt some time ago, long before the show even existed.
I'm so into that.
But I think Mads would make a great.
Yeah,
great
very
Regis.
He's got that face.
Yeah.
You know, as the voice of Dracula, do you have any advice for whoever takes the role of this vampire?
Oh,
Good question.
Very good.
Love that.
Don't think of them as a vampire. That's the key, is think of them as human. Because otherwise you fall into all sorts of dangerous traps and all the rest of it. So you just play it as you would anything else. They don't think of themselves in those ways. They don't think of themselves as special or different. They are existing within the parameters of the type of individual that they are.
First of all, huge fan of Fleabag, love you. But second of all, how was the process of developing a relationship between Hedwig and Jaskier?
This was the first time I'd been in The Witcher, and it was obviously quite nerve-wracking stepping into it, but Joey is such a charismatic, lovely man, as well as a brilliant actor. So he was so welcoming and brilliant into that thing. So it just, it felt sort of natural. And then on top of that, so much of it's the writing. And I think they'd come up with such a lovely, intricate storyline. It was just really fun to play.
Yeah.
This season, it's very, very important for the Witcher franchise as a whole, because it changes everything. So how do you think the public will react to the second volume of the season?
I'm excited for all the twists and the turns. I love that you think the story is going in one direction and you see a scene or an interaction and you think, oh, I know who this person is, or I know what team they're fighting on, and then the next scene you're like, oh, I've got this completely wrong.
Well, I mean, I think this season is the closest to the books in terms of time of contempt. And I think also in this season, you really see why this family is a family. You see them brought together not just by destiny, but their love for each other. And you really see them fight to stay a family and fight for each other. And there's lots of amazing other things that go on, you know, across the continent, like all the politics and stuff like that. But I think you see this core love for each other. And I think that's so exciting to show, and I think the fans will really gravitate towards that.
I think so too.
Thank you so much for your time. I really love this season, and MyAnna, you should come to São Paulo in the next to Doom. So we have to talk to Netflix. You have to come.
Exactly. Netflix, bring me over. See my family. Obrigada.
We decide how we move forward. We will be the last to fall.